All right, so that's a pretty good log power, right?
Right.
You wouldn't want to hit that with a truck going any speed, would you?
No, absolutely not. Oh, you're just going to floor it. Okay.
Hold up!
Welcome to Autoblog's Translogic. I'm Jonathon Buckley. We're out here in the woods of Waterborough, Maine to check out an ultra-rare vehicle known as a luxury supertank. What's a luxury supertank, you may ask? Well, it's one part tank with one part supercar that gets starring roles in big budget films. It's known as the Ripsaw EV2. Now, I could try and explain exactly what it is, but it's probably best to take a look for yourself. So I'm here with Mike Howe, one half of Howe & Howe Technologies. So it's you and your twin brother, Jeff.
Yep.
And you've basically come up with this idea to make I think you call it a luxury super tank.
My brother and I are platform specialists. We specialize in vehicle platforms. Way back in 2001, we said, let's build the world's fastest track vehicle. And 16 years later, we finally put something down that performs.
When it comes to traction or, say, footprint, I mean, really, there's nothing that compares to tracks, is there?
So there's nothing that compares to tracks because of the pounds per square inch.
Got you.
On a Ripsaw, we have basically 110 inches by 15 inches each side that actually touch the ground. So the low ground pressure allows us to dominate terrain that is loose, like sand, mud, snow, and not sink too far in and get mired. Yep. The EV2, you'll find out, is kind of like riding a little magic carpet. It's like a magic carpet ride. You're floating through these things. You're still getting a ton of traction, but it's just so smooth because your wheels also don't dig into each bump.
Now, a lot of people might ask, why do you need a luxury super tank? But I'm sure your answer is, why not?
Absolutely. I mean, when it comes down to it, when you get in it and you actually feel it and you actually ride, going down a trail faster than you will go in any wheeled vehicle, it'll click. I get it. This is why the Ripsaw is made the way it's made.
So Jeff is the other half of Howe & Howe Technologies. Now, obviously we're here to see the Ripsaw EV2.
Yeah.
Take it for a spin, but that's only one part of the business. Probably gets the most attention because it's out there right now, but you have a whole bunch of other products that you've been working on.
Yeah. So Mike and I like to basically invent products that you can't find or buy anywhere in the world. One of them obviously is the Ripsaw. It just garners a lot of attention, but what's really important for us is really soldier protection, using technology to help the soldiers on the front lines.
Right. Jeff showed us some of the different ways Howe & Howe are rethinking mobility with their track-based and remote control platforms. Each vehicle platform is modular and can be outfitted with different bodies, tools, cameras and remote control systems to meet the needs of the military, fire departments, rescue services and police departments. The brothers have even invented the Rip Chair, an extreme mobility solution for people in wheelchairs, which is also fully modular and customizable. Track vehicles are nothing new in military and construction equipment. The benefits of tracks are usually offset by sacrifices in speed and agility. This is where Howe & Howe's innovations in suspension and steering make all the difference.
Suspension's everything when it comes to speed. You can put as much power as you want into something, but without the ability to absorb the energy from the terrain, you can't control it. So the Ripsaw has the leading suspension in any track vehicle ever built. We have 16 inches of suspension travel. That causes problems in engineering because how do you keep the track on? When that suspension compresses, your track doesn't shrink. So there's all kinds of different things you need to think about when you're giving a vehicle that much suspension. But what it does is it makes it float.
All right, well, let's talk about the specs of it because it's some pretty impressive numbers that go into it. I mean, you've got the Duramax diesel engine, and you're pumping out 650 horsepower? 650,
yep.
Okay, how many foot-pounds of torque?
So we're up around between 800 and 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. We can obviously expand that with the engine itself. Yep. We give the client and the customer what they want. Each EV2 that leaves here is a little bit different. Yeah. They're always custom.
Who's buying these?
People that are buying the Ripsaws are VVIPs. They're just people around the world that want something different, something iconic, and something nobody else has.
Well, Mike, I've never driven a tank before, so let's go take a look.
Let's do it.
Here we go. All right, so...
Brake, you got the brake there.
Brake. It's soft, isn't it? It's the electronic brake, isn't it?
Electronic brake, yeah.
Okay, we've got gauges down the side here.
Yep.
Sasquatch lights are on. Stealth mode. You have a good time making this stuff. Where'd you find that steering wheel? Out of the Batmobile?
We wanted to make it like driving a car. That was our #1 goal. That steering wheel is hooked up to a computer. and depending on where that steering wheel is, it tells the machine what to do.
It's very gentle inputs, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Less is more. Now, try to do a nice smooth turn. So maintain throttle.
yeah.
Maintain throttle. Now start to arc and give it more throttle. Give it more throttle. There, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
See? Big difference. Now
yeah.
more throttle. See how you can actually turn with throttle
So
versus.
it's a little balancing act between the steering and the throttle.
Yep. It will take a little bit to get used to the control because it doesn't turn like a car. But once that clicks with you, you're going to be driving it like a race car.
You know, it feels like it kind of appreciates a bit of forceful input. When I'm driving it gently, it doesn't respond as well as when I start to push a little bit harder on it.
Take a hard left right here.
Hard left?
Yeah. Yeah.
Down into the water?
Go right in.
You're kidding. Oh man, that is, you guys must be out here all day long just...
We do, there are reasons we have to get out and test for sure.
Is that what you call it?
So go ahead and go over those logs right there. You'll feel it kind of just wrap up over one. That's one. This is,
oh, it's smooth as silk, isn't it? It just takes it like it's nothing.
Yeah, it just doesn't really care at all.
Oh man, I could do this all afternoon.
I will say, John, you've done an awesome job. Compared to other people that have been in this thing, you've done an awesome job. But you want to see what it really feels like?
You're going to show me how it's done, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. But I've had hundreds of hours behind the wheel, so.
All right, I trust you. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, you got your turns down pat, don't you? Nice and smooth.
So small inputs, see the inputs here?
Yeah.
Wow. That's what a Ripsaw is about.
This is where the suspension trouble comes in, isn't it?
Hold up.
So you're coming over those jumps. It's funny because when we get up in the air, you kind of brace yourself, waiting for the smack or waiting for it to bottom out, but it never bottoms out.
No, and your body's all tense, waiting.
And then it's like landing onto a soft mattress.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, that wasn't bad. And you end up doing it again and again. Here we go. That was amazing. When we airwalked for a little bit, because I felt like we were like, okay, where are we coming down?
I think we finally found the bottom of that suspension. Mike, you're a champion.
Dude, thanks, man.
Now I understand why you built this. Well, that was absolute madness. You know, sometimes things look crazy, but they don't really deliver. But in the Ripsaw EV2's case, I gotta say, it's the real deal. So whether you're military or a civilian, inside here is where you want to be. For Autoblog's Translogic, I'm Jonathon Buckley. We'll catch you next time.